Welcome to Hidden America. In today's video, we're going to discuss the possibility that we are living in the post-apocalyptic ruins of a far more advanced civilization. The question is, are we living amongst the ruins of a technologically advanced society? How many resets have occurred in the very near past? How would this be possible, you ask? How could they hide the evidence of this far greater society? Where is the best place to hide the truth? Right in front of our own very eyes. This may unlock the secret of this Mason square and compass. Does the square and compass have a far simpler meaning than we might think? Jonathan Gray's Forbidden Secrets may provide some answers. Antediluvian scientists had unlocked a secret. They had discovered our spinning planet to be a giant generator. Its land masses crisscrossed with energy lines. These magnetic currents they had harnessed, but now all traces of the power network was gone. Within centuries, the rapidly increasing population sent out exploratory expeditions, maybe Templars. Soon, almost every corner of the world was visited by a group of men who came with a particular task to accomplish. They were charged with relocating these energy springs and constructing a grid pattern to harness them. Today, we might call this Operation Spiderweb or something of the sort. To facilitate this, they employed units of measurement based on simple fraction of the Earth's dimensions. They measured distance, as we have noticed, in degrees, minutes, and seconds of latitude and longitude, just as we do today. Soon, a prehistoric network of dead straight alignments appeared. It seems to have sprung up everywhere at once. Planning took place on an almost unimaginably large scale. Along these lines, situated at terrestrial power points, arose temples, pillars, rocking stones, circles, crosses, mounds, pyramids, tunnels, cathedrals, and platforms. Traces of these are dotted still throughout the world today. You see them on every continent and even on remote islands. Sites had exact geometric relationships to each other within a master worldwide pattern or grid. For example, all ancient temples in Greece arose in relation to each other. Those in Greece were geometrically interlocked with those in Egypt. Planet-wide, the system constituted one giant scientific instrument. Now, I may not agree that the Earth spins on its axis, but let's not throw away the baby with the bathwater. Now let's continue. Today, we all live within the ruins of this single vast ancient structure, whose sheer size has so far rendered it invisible. In the words of John Mitchell, a great scientific instrument lies sprawled over the entire surface of the globe. It is marked by these megaliths of all types, all aligned in a single geometric pattern, the remains of an ancient power network. In order for it to operate, many sites were aligned to favor certain astronomical phenomena. The planners were conversant with the introduction of solar or atmospheric energy into the terrestrial energy streams. They developed a technology to detect Earth currents and then to manipulate them to a predictable result. Thus, all over the world, thousands upon thousands of pillars arose in a symmetrical formation, their purpose to realign Earth's magnetism from its natural meandering paths to straight artificial lines. At each pillar, the electric current of the atmosphere was attracted to combine with the terrestrial current to produce a fusion of power. This secret we have not yet utilized in today's age. Interestingly, the standing stones were all rich in quartz, a crystal similar to that used with cat whiskers in early radio receivers. It would seem the megaliths, temples, and ancient structures that are found all across the world were connected by a worldwide water grid used to co-create through the ether. If you notice, these structures are always found on the ley lines or dragon lines. Ley lines are simply Earth's natural energetic grid. If you look at the 33rd parallel, some interesting things will be revealed. This grid was used to harness Earth's magnetism by manipulating Earth's ley lines, the dragon lines, by building these megalithic structures in conjunction with astrological phenomenon. This whole system follows the Hermetic axiom, As above, so below. As within, so without. The Mason's G, in its purest form, symbolizes God in geometry. In order to measure the four corners of the earth, one will need a square and a compass. Esoterically, the square represents the four corners of the earth, while the compass represents the circle of the heavens. But speaking of the compass, was this secret society tasked with Operation Spiderweb, the Knights Templar, who have simply morphed into the modern-day Society of Jesus, or the Jesuits? Let's examine the seal of the Jesuits. The Jesuit seal may hold the secret of who helped to hide the etheric rid. The Jesuit seal has 32 points or degrees. If we count the degrees clockwise, we count 32, and then back to our starting point, the bindu or 0 point, and reach 33. Hence, why the 33rd degree in Masonry is hidden or honorary. It is no wonder that most nautical compasses have 32 points, and the hidden 33rd point or 33rd degree is the bindu or 0 point, 16 lines of centripetal force and 16 lines of centrifugal force. The Jesuit seal has the three-letter Christogram, IHS. IHS is the first three letters of Jesus in Greek. IHS is said to mean Jesus Hominin Salvator, or Jesus, Savior of Man. Esoterically, IHS is said to symbolize the Luciferian trinity of Isis, Horus, and Set. Now, in order to navigate the zodiac wheel, you will need a compass. Another three-letter logo, CIA, is a compass and a phoenix. The phoenix is said to symbolize Lucifer. The word compass is from the Latin cum, or together, and passus, a step. Therefore, a compass is a progression by steps or degrees in an initiation system, like in Freemasonry. Hence, the 33 degrees on the Jesuit seal or compass, and the 33 degrees in Freemasonry. Here is an obvious tell, showing the Jesuit order is the hidden hand behind Freemasonry. Compasses are called compass roses, as they appear as roses. Above north on most nautical compass is the lily rose, or the fleur de lis, but on the Jesuit seal, instead of the lily rose, is a cross. The compass rose, the rose and the cross, a wink and nod to the Rosicrucian order, or the Rosy Cross. Traditionally, the cross symbolizes matter because it is made up of 4 points, hence the 4 elements or 4 directions. Some believe this cross, which is situated above the letter H on the IHS Christogram, is a stylized sigil of Saturn, who rules matter. But if you remove the H, or the sigil of Saturn, the Egyptian goddess Isis is revealed. Isis is none other than the biblical Mary. Now, if you look below, the IHS is the 3 nails, symbolizing the 3 primary stages or colors of alchemy. These 3 nails obviously symbolize the nails that crucified Christ. The sail is seen as the black sun, as when Christ was crucified, the sun went black, another nod to Saturn, known as the black sun. Furthermore, in Hebrew, the letter V or Vav means a nail and has a numerical value of 6. 3 nails or 3 Vavs equals 666. 666 is a code for the zodiac wheel. Each 72 years, the sun moves 1 degree backwards through the zodiac in a process known as the precession of the equinoxes. There are 30 degrees in one constellation, so 72 times 30 equals 2,160 years. In gematria, zeros are dropped, so 216 equals 6 times 6 times 6, or 666. The zodiac is important to the Jesuits, especially December 25th, which marks the death of the sun. December 25th is in the house of the Archer, or Sagittarius, who is none other than the Freemasonic hero, Nimrod, who points his arrow right into the galactic center, the beating heart of the black sun. Right above the galactic center is the constellation of Scorpio, who is a disguised eagle, or more specifically, a phoenix. Now remember, a 666 is a time code, In order to measure time, you need a square and a compass. And in order to map the four corners of the earth, a square and compass is needed. These are the two primary tools of astrology. Now, Francis Borgia, his puppet and founder of the Jesuit order, Ignatius of Loyola, was more than familiar with the occult. Therefore, Manly P. Hall and others may have been right when they claimed IHS is a cipher for Bacchus or Dionysus, who is none other than the first Grand Master of Masonry, Nimrod. It would seem that Nimrod was the very first Mason to try to accomplish Operation Spiderweb, this worldwide grid, through the construction of the Tower of Babel. Now let's quickly discuss the Knights Templar. They are the descendants of the ancient pharaohs of Egypt, or Kem, started the Knights Templar. On Friday the 13th, 1307, the Templars were burnt at the stake for practicing witchcraft. The ones who survived went into hiding. In hiding with all their riches, the Templars founded Switzerland and the central banking system, creating a spiderweb of control and deceit, taking full control of the Vatican, the Jesuits, and using Freemasonry to covertly enslave humanity, one psychological operation at the next. Just look at the architecture of ancient cathedrals for the evidence of this lost civilization. It would seem that cathedrals and other ancient architecture were utilized as massive cathodes that produced electromagnetic energy to amplify harmonic and healing frequencies. It would seem these structures were used to harness the ether. We live in an electric universe controlled by the elite, where only the elect realize the truth. We are electric beings after all. It would only make sense that all these cathedrals, temples, megaliths, mounds, and ancient structures were connected by a worldwide water grid, and perhaps Egyptian obelisks were used as antennas. Obelisks are made of granite with a gold or copper top, granite being negative charge, the copper tops being the positive. It is believed that these obelisks are said to ward off evil and protect from harmful EMFs while putting out beneficial frequencies and vibrations. The word cathode comes from the Greek kata, meaning going down. Underneath cathedrals are crypts. Most cathedrals extend deep into the earth, earth being an anagram for ether. Underneath the cathedrals are catacombs and crypts. Crypt literally means hidden or occult, where these crypts are originally massive water-filled electrolysis power grids used to harness the ether. Now they are a crypt occultic secret. Cathedral is obviously a homonym for cathode. A cathode is the negative pole of the electric current. It is a type of electrode through which electrons move. Electrodes are a semiconductor, usually a metal part, that is connected to something that is not metal. A cathode delivers electrons, the negative charge, and the anode collects electrons that have a positive charge. Anode is the electrode where oxidation occurs, and a cathode is the electrode where reduction occurs. It would seem that cathedrals and temples were used for healing and much, much more. But the question remains, is the truth hidden in plain sight? Is a far greater, technologically advanced civilization hidden right in front of our very eyes? It would seem so. But what is absolutely apparent is that today we are walking in the shadow of giants. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is an absolutely fascinating topic where I just barely scratched the surface. If we only had a slight idea of what is truly possible, I want to thank each and every one of my Patreons. It is because of you guys that this is possible. I appreciate all the support on Twitter and Instagram. The digital and physical copies of my new book, The Book of Number, Everything Lies Veiled in Numbers, is available now. Get your copy of Piercing the Veil as well. A bundle with both my books is also available. The links are in the bio. Make sure to follow me on all social media platforms for similar content. Like, comment, and subscribe to help spread the gnosis. Much love, guys. Thank you.